The last 2 weeks, we've talked about UFOs, if they're real, and what the government knows. There's a fight for disclosure happening on Capitol Hill right now. I sat down with award-winning journalist George Knapp for an exclusive interview. He's been reporting on this topic for WNCT's Vegas sister station, KLAS, since the 1980s. Here's part 3.
Bob Lazar said he worked at a secret facility near Groom Lake where alien technology was being reverse engineered.
Bob did that interview with us, the live interview. He used a suit on him and we blacked out his face, but his bosses knew who he was and they called him immediately after. And the line that they gave him was, "Do you know what's going to happen to you now?"
Knapp told me that Lazar had threats on his life that seemed straight out of a Hollywood movie.
He was carrying a gun. He went to a gym with a friend of his. They go to the gym, they lock the door, his gun is in the car. They come out an hour later, the doors to the car are open, the windows are rolled down. This Uzi that he had in the car is laying on the front seat. They just made it pretty clear that they were following him and were messing with him. And I know that we were followed as well because some of the guys who did it years later told me about it.
KLAS's phones were tapped.
6 people I talked to on the phone the very next day were visited by government agents who told them to shut the hell up.
Now, decades later, U.S. representatives say the Pentagon is still stonewalling their attempts at disclosure.
Members of Congress who sit on Judiciary, Armed Services, and the Oversight Committees are being denied access to this information.
Whistleblower David Grush has echoed Lazar's claims, but he says Congress has failed to act in a meaningful way.
What we're witnessing right now is, quite frankly, the greatest legislative failure in American history.
Next week,
these UFOs appear over the missiles. In a couple of cases, they entered the launch control codes